Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Fred back with another video. So if you watch my videos lately, then you know that about a month and a half ago I did a video on the evolution of the timeline I saw in place that showed Verizon shutting down the way it has been over the last several years. I just want to come back and do a follow-up video up on that. The video that I put up in February has received great traction, and the few comments I have received all kind of echoes some of the things that I said in the video. However, I want to come from a different angle at this point. I just want to speak to the positive things that I know of my experience with Verizon. You know, I was there for 10 and a half, almost 11 years, and my 10 and a half, 11 years reign there wasn't all peaches and cream, but it wasn't all doom and gloom either. So just want to speak to how they did often show their appreciation. If you're not familiar with how Verizon is set up, it is structured a little different than you might think a company that size would structure itself. So it's set up where there's 4 different areas around the country. So there's the South, the Midwest, the Northeast, and then the West. I'm from Wisconsin. I was working in Wisconsin at the time, so I was in the Midwest. And when you get inside of each area, there were 5 or 6 different regions in each area, and I fell into the Wisconsin-Illinois region. The rest of the Midwest is made up by Minky, which consists of Michigan, Indiana, Kentucky, and then we had Great Plains, which was Minnesota, Iowa, North and South Dakota, Kansas, and Nebraska. And then we had Gizmo, which was Kansas and Missouri. And then each region had its own president. So our president over Illinois, Wisconsin was Tracy Nolan at the time, and she was very good about showing her appreciation for at least the frontline. I can't speak for any other any other channels. I was in the retail channel, and we often received birthday cards, anniversary cards. She would, every year for our annual bonus, she would send out a money-themed treat, whether it was a cookie shaped like a dollar sign, a candy bar wrapped in a dollar bill wrapping paper, and it was always a thank you card attached to it. So that's what we got from her. You know, we always had regional and district meetings where they would take us out to a local hotel and shower us with a nice dinner, or not dinner, but a nice full breakfast. It wouldn't just be continental with the donuts and stuff like that. It was real breakfast. And even our store managers and district managers were really good about showing their appreciation when the time allowed. Specifically for Black Friday. Black Friday was one day that we could always count on our store manager or district manager coming through and provide lunch for us, simply because anybody that has worked retail know that Black Friday is the busiest retail day of the entire year, and as customer service and sales reps, you don't often get the time to leave the store to go get lunch, or even if you bring lunch, you don't have time to go back and warm it up or whatever. So they would often bring in things for us to eat to take care of us that day. That was really greatly appreciated. And then on a district level, we would have these different contests, and if your store won the contest that the district manager set up, she would often pay for, shout out to Danny Doe, she would often pay for dinner for us, and she treated us really, at my store at the time, I was at Bayshore, she treated us to a really nice dinner at B.D. Mongolian Grill. It was an awesome experience. Aside from that, when I left the retail channel, I went to the customer service. Customer service had its own president or whatever. Each center had its own director or whatever. But specifically my call center, I can't speak for any other call center, but my call center, which was the Dublin call center in Ohio, which is now known as the Hilliard call center. They moved down the street, literally from one building to the other, right down the street. They would always show their appreciation for us, particularly in October I think it's the second week in October. It's Customer Service Appreciation Week. Every year during that week, they did a number of different things to show their appreciation, from providing lunch for us every day that week to giving us little gifts and tokens. Customer Service was a much bigger organization, so the gifts that they gave us was smaller in scale. A lot of times it'd be stuff like stress balls or other little toys or whatever. But we always, almost every day we came, every month, at least once a month, we would come in to some sort of lanyard or ink pen or something on our desk. But during Customer Service Week, they would give us something a little bit bigger. One gift I remember in particular I got was a cell phone stand, so I can set my phone on and watch TV or whatever while I'm working or whatever. That's not what it was really meant for, but that's what I used it for. But one of the things that they did during that week that we really appreciated was they would bring golf carts, and they would meet us out at our cars, whether you park close or far from the building. They would meet us at our car and chauffeur us into the building, which was greatly appreciated because October can be pretty cold in that Ohio Valley. So me personally, I didn't often take that because I'm a bigger guy, and I didn't feel like those things were safe enough for me and somebody that was unskilled to be driving them. But anyway, they would have all type of photo booths, and it was just like one big carnival all week for us. And then when I left customer service and went to the financial services side, that was a much smaller organization, so the gifts over there were bigger in scale. One year they gave us a lawn chair for our annual gift. The next year they gave us an umbrella and a blanket. They gave us both. And then the last year I was there, they gave us a really nice hoodie with Verizon. Of course, they have Verizon across the chest, but it was really nice. It was something that we didn't expect for them to give to us. But that was during Customer Service Weekend. During that week, they also would set up a movie theater for us. So in customer service, on the customer service side, the movie theater would be in the atrium of the building, and they would have a big screen up in the lobby for you to go down and watch movies on your break. And then on the financial service side, they would take one of the large training rooms and turn that into a movie theater for us. And of course, the movie would just play until it went off, and then they would pop another movie in. So you never got to really finish the movie you was watching, but it was just a nice reprieve from having customers yell and scream at you about whatever on your calls. One of the other things that they did that I thought was really cool was every year in the summer they would throw a big company picnic. So they would bring out all these tents and stuff and block off half the parking lot, and they would give us like 2 or 3 hours off the phone so we can go out and play the different games. It would be like a really big carnival. And then one year, I guess somebody suggested that they should open it up to friends and family, and so they did that, and they welcomed our friends and family out. But because they were not employees, they had to take the company picnic off property, and they moved it to one of the local parks. They still gave us time off the phone if we wanted to go, but I personally didn't go because I don't remember why I didn't go, but I just didn't go that year. But one year I do remember that they brought out the Verizon NASCAR for us to take a look at and take pictures with and stuff like that. So Verizon has its bad moments, but they have done a lot of good They have a lot of good ways of showing their appreciation for their employees. Oftentimes I do miss working for them, but I know me parting ways with them was the best for me because I was on the verge of losing my mind, dealing with people calling, yelling, and screaming at me and stuff about things that they did with their phones. And if you ever worked in customer service or in a call center, you can know how people can be on the phone, and I just didn't want to deal with that anymore. I say that, but now I'm a 911 dispatcher, and it's not any better. But anyway, I gotta get ready to head back to work. I hope you guys can appreciate where I'm coming from with this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you like this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, and drop comments down below on any other videos you would like to see me do. In the meantime, I want to say I love you guys and I appreciate you, and remember to stay safe out there during this quarantine. Until next time, this is Fred with Life for Fred.